Welcome everyone to HueFin News. Today is January 23rd, 2018. This is our daily cryptocurrency market analysis where we are giving you the news according to the charts, where we are forecasting price predictions of these cryptocurrencies of the top 10. We do about 9 of them on a daily basis just to show you all that you can predict and know with high precision where prices are likely to go without using a lot of indicators, without causing a lot of confusion on your charts. We are here to show you that it's very possible to tell where a market is likely to go. And before I get started, I wanted you guys all to know that we're not investment advisors and we are not giving you investment advice, okay? But rather we are the language interpreters of these price bars and volume to show you all that you too can learn this particular language to become more profitable and even more confident to understanding what the market is actually doing. Okay, a lot of people are seen on YouTube saying that they don't understand what's causing the market to drop. Well, the language is what is telling us exactly when the market is going to drop or when the market is going to move higher. It's not necessarily worried about what is causing it. You just want to know when will it fall or when will it go up. That's all that really matters when you are trading. When you're placing some funds into the market, is that you just want to know precisely when the market is going to move higher, when it's going to move lower, all dependent on your term, whether it's short term or even long term strategies on these cryptocurrencies. And that's what we've been doing here. We're not necessarily worried about what the market is saying or doing, because please know that the charts has already spoken about what's going to occur in the markets. Okay. And as well, I want you guys to know that we will have some changes coming up beginning of next week. We will be placing some of these altcoins that we do our analysis for on our own website. So you guys could come in and join us there at our website beginning of next week. We will be doing a lot more cryptocurrencies that we do not do here on this channel. So all the other ones that you are interested in, they will be posted or listed at our website. Okay, and we're looking to launch that around the beginning of next week, so you guys look forward to that, so you guys can also profit or even gain more confidence in the other altcoins as well. Okay, so let's talk about what happened today in the market. So the market today started the day out moving lower, but then throughout the trading day it moved higher and came right back towards area resistance that I told you all in our video yesterday. And from what I've seen so far, the market is having a very hard time to break through the resistance area that we mentioned. And it's going to take a lot more precursors of strength and volume in order for these cryptocurrencies to move higher, in order for them to break that resistance area. And I'll talk about that as we get into each particular altcoin cryptocurrency that we do here on this channel. Okay, so the market cap necessarily did not move much from yesterday, 538 billion, and Bitcoin dominance as well, 34, almost 35%. Currently you guys can see that there is a lot of green on this website. Bitcoin is up 3.5%, Ethereum also about 2%, Ripple is up 7.5%, Bitcoin Cash is up 3.5%. Cardano is up 3.84. So we have a lot of green here on this website, but do not be fooled on the amount of green that you guys see on this particular website, because once I show you the analysis, you guys it will show you where the resistance is for these altcoins. Okay, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So this is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is up 0.90%. Last trade was $10,796. So the daily price bar for Bitcoin, you guys can tell that a war is going on between the buyers and sellers. As I told you guys earlier, the market began the trading day out lower, came all the way down to about 10,000, and then throughout the trading day you guys can see that Bitcoin made a high of 11,427, and now the market is currently closed right back where the open of today's bar is. The 3-hour bar for Bitcoin You guys can tell that 11,200 around that price is where stockpile is coming in the market. You need to be careful. We told you all that the market may come up to 11,200 and it did that. But since then, we have been receiving stockpile in the market for Bitcoin. Currently, the last two completed 3-hour bars are definitely stockpile precursors of weakness. And now the third almost completed bar is in another precursors of weakness, which is giving us a push to go down bar. But notice that is right here around $10,800. So this is going to be a very key area to see if Bitcoin can maintain $10,800. Now, this current bar that we have is a precursor of weakness. You need to pay attention to that, which lets us know that it is a probability that the market can move lower than 10,008. It could come all the way back down to 10,400 or even $10,000 again. So the next 3-hour bar is going to be crucial. We need a precursors of strength bar to reveal itself on the next 3-hour bar, because currently the market is forecasted to move lower. Okay, so our analysis in the short term is for Bitcoin Cash to move lower, especially if the bar concludes the way it looks now. Okay, let me do a quick look at the 1-hour bar. So definitely we are getting precursors of weakness even on the 1-hour bar. Market may come and find support in or around that $10,700 area, or it might find support here around 10,759. So it's going to be important on the next 1-hour bar to catch that support around that $10,759 area. If it doesn't, expect it to move lower to about 10,600 or even lower than that. So now let's go ahead and go to Ethereum. So Ethereum is down 2.22%. Last trade was $978.27. Even with Ethereum, we told you all yesterday in our video that we needed to see a confirmation bar today. The bar needed to close above the close from yesterday in order to let us know that the buyers are in the market. Currently, they're not in the market. They're not being successful in the buying up of all the stockpile on the daily price bar. The 3-hour chart, you guys can tell that 1025 is where resistance for Ethereum was. We were receiving stockpile here around 1025, and now we're getting even more weakness in Ethereum at this time. So the analysis for them is to move lower in the short term, and this is going to be the next crucial point for all of these cryptocurrencies, is to find support. So hopefully on this particular 1-hour bar in Ethereum, it found support now around $973.91, or possibly could come back down to $970. But currently we're not getting any precursors of weakness in these altcoins, even with Ethereum on the 1-hour bar. So our analysis is for them to move lower, maybe around 970. But if 970 is not going to even hold, the next probable area can be 960, 950. I mean, it's pretty much anywhere, because the market did not honor or was not able to be successfully moving higher in price today. We're still a lot of stockpile in the market right now. So now let's go to Bitcoin Cash. So Bitcoin Cash also is down 1.17%. Last trade was $1,600. So again, on the daily price chart for Bitcoin Cash, you are noticing that the market is awfully giving us more precursors of weakness. The volume is awfully light. I noticed that for Bitcoin Cash. So that is something that you need to consider as well. But the resistance area for Bitcoin Cash was right around $1,700. Stockpile came in on a particular bar, and there's no interest in higher prices in Bitcoin Cash at the moment as well. So we're still expecting them to move lower, and I'm gonna move to a 1-hour bar real quick to see if we can try to find support. So even with Bitcoin Cash, just like with Ethereum, we're looking for that $1,600 area to find support. but this current 1 hour bar is a precursor to weakness. It's a push to go down bar, signifying that the market is not interested in higher prices at this time. We do have a lot of volume back in that move as well. So the market is definitely giving us more precursors of weakness than strength in Bitcoin Cash. So our analysis for them to move lower, and hopefully this $1,600 will act as support, but we're not banking our heads on that. It might move lower than that, especially if this current 1 hour bar closes towards the low of the bar. Expect the market to move lower from there. So now let's go to Ripple. So Ripple is up 1.39%. Last trade was $1.32. So even with Ripple, you guys can tell that the volume is increasing from yesterday comparative to what it is today, but the market is still closing lower than the close of yesterday. So today's trading for Ripple was pretty much identical to what occurred yesterday. Market came all the way up to $1.40, got hit with more stockpiles just like what occurred yesterday, but the market is hovering around another support area of $1.30. That is going to be crucial in order for Ripple to maintain higher prices or at best trade sideways. If it breaks $1.30, expect the market to move lower. Quick look at the 1 hour bars. We're definitely seeing a lot of stockpile, a lot of precursors of weakness in Ripple at this time. It might even come all the way down to $1.30 if the buyers on this particular 1 hour bar is not successful on the next close higher. On the next 1 hour bar, the market has to close higher in order for the buyers to at least continue to trade sideways. But currently we are getting weakness in Ripple, so our analysis for them to move lower. Now hopefully the low already occurred on this completed 1 hour bar. If not, expect it to possibly come back down to $1.30, and if not that, it could come anywhere below $1.30, probably all the way down to $1.28 or even $1.24. Okay, but overall, even on the 1 hour bar, we're getting precursors of weakness. Volume is also heavier on that as well. So if this next 1 hour bar does not close above the previous close, then expect the market to move lower. But if it does, at best, expect it to trade sideways. So now let's go to Litecoin. So Litecoin is down 0.29%. Last trade was $178.48. Daily price bar for Litecoin. You guys can tell that we're still in the precursors of weakness stage for Litecoin. The market is still giving us precursors of weakness, but support is trying to stay above $160. On the 3 hour bars, you guys continue to see the stockpile and precursors of weakness appear around $185. Weakness is coming in Litecoin, but the market is trying to stay above $175. That's going to be key. The volume is also, as the market moving lower, is getting lighter and lighter. So that is a pretty good thing to see as well in Litecoin too. Now, I'm going to move it to a 1 hour bar real quick, and we can possibly see if the market, so buyers did come in on this previous completed 1 hour bar. So the market may move a little higher to 180 or even $182 in around that area. But overall, the market for Litecoin is definitely giving us more precursors of weakness. Hopefully that support is at 176. Okay, but since in the background we have precursors of weakness, we will say that Litecoin will move lower, acknowledging the fact though that on this completed 1 hour bar that the low could have already been placed at $176.38. Okay, but definitely we still have precursors of weakness on Litecoin as well. So if this current 1 hour bar doesn't close above the previous one, expect it to move lower. So now let's go to Dash. So looking at Dash, you guys can see that they're up 0.07%. Last trade was $756.60. So you guys can also tell with Dash that the market opened and closed right around the same area, but the bar closed lower than the previous close. Volume is also heavier than what occurred yesterday, so that is an indication that some of the more market participants were inside the market today buying up Dash. But as you guys can tell, it ran across resistance at $800, and that's where the stockpile came in. We got more precursors of weakness. Even on this particular completed 3-hour bar is a push to go down bar, precursors of weakness. So the market is definitely giving us more weakness than strength at this time. So the market is highly likely to move lower. Might not move that low. It might just come down to 740. If not, $751.80 is not the current low. It might move lower than that. Quick look at the 1-hour bar for Dash. So definitely we're not seeing a lot of interest in higher prices in Dash as well, especially on this current 1-hour bar. We received a lot of volume on this particular push to go down bar. So that is telling us that the market is not ready for higher prices in Dash neither. So now we're going to go ahead and move on to NEO. So NEO is up 0.11%. Last trade was $123.42. So even in NEO, you guys can tell that the market volume is lighter, which is a pretty good thing to see in NEO, given the fact that we received a lot of volume yesterday, but there's still stockpiles, still sellers around that price in NEO. Okay. So we have to wait until all the stockpile becomes consumed and bought up by the market participants in order for the market to move higher. But one of the things I do like to see is the fact that it stayed above $120, which has been acting somewhat as resistance, but the market nevertheless is still giving us precursors of weakness. But as the 3-hour bars moved on, the volume as well has been coming lighter and lighter as well. So pay attention to that. The market on the 1-hour bar for NEO, quick look at it, also tells us that on the last 1-hour bar that buyers did come in the market to try to keep price above $122. If this current 1-hour bar closes above it, then expect NEO to continue to move higher in price. If not, expect it to move lower. Currently we are getting stockpiled on this current 1-hour bar, so that is signifying that the market is giving us more precursors of weakness. Still, that selling is still occurring around that price, but it does not mean that the bar will close lower. So we just have to wait and see what occurs in NEO at this time. So currently what we do have is precursors of weakness, but if the market can stay above at least the low of this bar and that bar, expect the market to move higher, but if not, expect it to move lower. So now let's go to Monero. So Monero also is down 1.37%. Last trade was $308.25. Daily price bar for Monero, you guys can notice we're still getting precursors of weakness. Buyers are trying to keep price above $300. The volume has also been increasing as the market's been moving lower. I can tell you all that buyers are trying to keep price above $300. Okay, maybe even $280. So you guys have to pay attention to what we are noticing in Monero at this time. The market came all the way down to 280 today, and then you guys can tell that it was able to move higher toward 320. But then stockpile came in, but it didn't fall as much, and the volume is also decreasing as the market is getting more indications of weakness on it. So that could possibly mean that the market is trying to find a consolidation trading range in order to move. So as long as the market don't break $300, we're good. But if it does, the market will move lower. So then the last one for today is going to be Cardano. Again, let me move to 1 hour, daily. So you guys can see we're still in a downtrend for Cardano. The market's not yet ready for higher prices. The spread of the bar is a lot smaller, but the volume is almost the same as what it was yesterday, which is an indication that buyers were in the market today. But the market is still getting hit around 59 cents with stockpile. So it's going to be imperative for this current 3 hour bar to close above in order for the market just to make it back up to 60 cents. Okay. But it is good to see that the market, even though it did receive a lot of stockpile, the interest is still there around 55 to 60 cents. So a Cardano may have a higher probability of moving higher than the other altcoins that we do on this channel. You guys can definitely tell on the last 1 hour bar that buyers did come in. If the next 1 hour bar that is trying to form now closes above, expect Cardano to move higher. It might just come up to 58 cents though. Okay. So that's all we have for today. Appreciate you all continuing to watch these videos. It's our mission, it's our point to show you all that you too can learn this language, to do this on your own so you can be in charge of your own particular trades in the market without being dependent on a financial advisor or some other person to try to tell you where a price is likely to go. You can all do this for yourself. Okay. So that's all I have for today, guys. Stay profitable, and I will talk to you all later.